All of which leads us to ask, what is the reason why Ram is such an enduring symbol for millions of people? This is the question I want to pose to my special guest today. Devdutt Pattanaik is author, mythologist, and someone who has written extensively on the Ramayan and characters around Ram. Appreciate your joining us, Devdutt. I want to understand on this important day, as a Ram Mandir rises in Ayodhya, what is it about the Ramayan and Ram in particular that makes it so special and so enduring amongst all Hindu scriptures?
Well, Ramayan is a story that was used to communicate the idea of Dharma, especially Raj Dharma, across India. So across India, the common man knows words like Dharma and knows concepts like karma and Maya and moksha, which are big philosophical Hindu ideas because of the Ramayan. We know it through stories. So that's a unique thing about Hinduism, that across India, in every corner of India, the stories were used to communicate complicated ideas. And Ramayan became especially popular not just in India, but it also spread to Southeast Asia. So even when you go to Cambodia, when you go to Java, in Thailand, you find images of the Ramayan which are used by the royal families to communicate the idea of kingship, Dharma, what is it to mean in a civilized society?
You spoke of Dharma, but an interesting concept that runs through the Ramayana is, or for many, is Ram as Maryada Purushottam, which has been built over the years with various attributes to it. Valor, compassion, the way he treats fellow human beings like a boatman who helps him cross the Ganga, Shabri who bites fruits and only gives the ripe sweet ones to Ram, the notion of valor, fighting battles according to the rules of combat, the rare instance where he breaks it when Bali escaped from hiding, but notions of duty, that he goes into exile to keep his promise that he had made to his father Dashrath, the sacrifices he makes going into exile. Do you believe all these values symbolize Ram even today? These are the internal values we need to remember: compassion, valor, sacrifice, however we interpret the Ramayana for today's India?
That's very simplistic, Rajdeep. That's like a parable being told. You tell a parable to children and say, be good, be honest, be compassionate, be nice, be very prescriptive. So that's a very Western way of explaining things, that, Ram was this, therefore you should be this. Remember, that's the reason I said it is difficult. We always talk of karma. Why do we talk of karma? Ram is the eldest son of the royal family, and therefore his conduct is very different from Krishna, who is the youngest son in a cowherd family. We are constantly being told that our actions are a function of our station in society, our privilege. What privileges do we get? And therefore rules keep changing. It's not as simple that if you're compassionate, you're following Dharma. If you are following the rules, you're following Dharma. That's a very pedestrian understanding of this. So let me explain this again in detail. In the Ramayana, you have got the hero of the Ramayana, that is Maryada Purushottam, follows the rule. Now he is balanced in the Mahabharata with Krishna, who is Leela Purushottam Krishna, which is the one who bends the rules and breaks the rules. So Hinduism has two gods. You have Ram, who follows the rules, and Krishna, who breaks the rules. So question is, rule following and rule breaking does not make Dharma. And that is what they are trying to explain, because this idea that if you follow the rules, you go to heaven, if you break the rules, you go to hell, is a very Middle Eastern, Western idea. In India, they'll say, look at the context, look at the context. What are you talking about? Who is the mighty and who is the meek? So if you look at the story of the Ramayana, the villain of the narrative is someone who keeps breaking the rules and says, my way or the highway, which is Ravan. Ravan says, my way or the highway. He keeps breaking the rules. He doesn't respect the weak. Now, you told the story of Vali and Sugriv, and everybody tells me about how Ram broke the rule. But rules apply in a place where everybody is respecting the law. Vali is a mighty monkey, extremely powerful monkey, and he treats his younger brother, who is weak, with contempt, which means he is the mighty who is overpowering the meek. when you are the mighty who is overpowering the meek, then you are not behaving in a dharmic way. You cannot then demand others to treat you in a dharmic way. You're behaving like an animal, the alpha who dominates the omega. And Ram tells in his dialogue, I have shot you with cunning because you have behaved like an animal, therefore you shall be treated like an animal. And that is dialogue very well written in the Valmiki. It's not about following the rules. It is about helping the weak. That's what Dharma is about. Whether you follow the rules or you break the rules is not important. The question is, are you uplifting? The word in Sanskrit for uplifting is uddhar karna. Are you helping the weak? Sugriv is weak in the Ramayan, and Ram is helping the weak. In the Mahabharata, the Pandavas are the 5 brothers overpowered by 100 Kauravas. Krishna is helping the weak. So that is what we miss in the nuanced understanding of Maryada Purushottam, Leela Purushottam. These are very refined ideas which come to us from the Dharma Shastras.